If you are wondering what evacuees were, they were children sent away from heavily bombed cities such as London and Bristol during the Second World War. They were usually sent to places like Devon, where the Germans didn't bomb because there were no factories, ports and places like such to bomb, which would affect the war effort and resources such as spare plane parts. My Grandma's Story. My grandma, aged 4, and her brother, aged 8, were both evacuees during the Second World War. This is a mostly true story about them and how they lived in the early 1940s. They lived in Easton, Bristol, and their dad was a feckless rag and bone man. Their mother, on the other hand, was a funny, kind woman but had a lot to put up with. They were evacuated to Devon. Now getting on to the evacuation. On the first morning of the evacuation to a state house looking over a beautiful lawn, my grandma heard gunshots. She walked over to the window, shivering all over, and saw what was to her a terrible enough sight. Some men were shooting some of the cutest rabbits she had ever seen. This broke her heart terribly, more than if the Germans were to kill her relatives. There was one more story about my grandma you should hear. Every week she had a bath, and afterwards she and her brother went to talk to the lady of the house and got ginger biscuits. Now, ever since before she died in 2009, that was her favourite type of biscuit.